joined by Partab Ramchand, veteran journalist and author on the show today. Mr. Ramchand, thank you for taking out the time today to speak to ET Now. And I would love to ask you my first question, which is the 16th edition of the Indian Premier League begins tomorrow, and Gujrat Titans was stellar in their debut last season, and they managed to lift the trophy as well. So do you think they will be able to defend their title in this year as well?
Well, only a couple of teams have really managed to defend the title. If you see the record so far, only a couple of teams have really managed to defend the title. So to that extent, it may be a little tough. But then there are really no favorites as far as I'm concerned in the IPL. Given the format, given the T20 format, you really can't have any favorites, and all the teams are sort of evenly matched. And as I said, in the 15 years so far, about 7 teams have won it. So that itself is an indication that it really is an open tournament.
Okay, and Punjab Kings, as we know, they've gone out guns blazing this year for Sam Curran, who is the most expensive player this season. So how do you see this panning out for Punjab Kings this year? Any chance at them lifting the trophy this season?
Well, Punjab is one team that is always, flattered only to deceive. I mean, they've always had a very good side, but never really lived up to the reputation, never really rose to the occasion. This would possibly be their best chance, is what I see. But then again, as I said, it's going to be a very, very competitive field, and they certainly will have their, will have a difficult task to try and win this IPL for the first time.
All right, and as we all know, the Women's Premier League has just concluded with Mumbai Indians bagging the trophy. Well, on the other hand, their male counterparts have not performed very well in the last 2 seasons, and they've underperformed quite badly. So do you think Mumbai Indians will reverse this trend this season, and what role do you think Cameron Green will have to play in all of this?
Well, certainly he's a very exciting player, and certainly we look forward to his exploits in the IPL. He's the kind of player who really ignites any competition. We certainly look forward to seeing him in action. And Mumbai Indians, as you know, they won the trophy most number of times, 5 times, closely followed by Chennai Super Kings with 4. So I suppose most of the eyes will be on these 2 teams, which have won the trophy 5 and 4 times. But then again, I have to repeat it. It's a very open tournament. Almost any team has equal chances, as far as I'm concerned, of winning this year's IPL.
Right, and that's what makes IPL so exciting, isn't it? Let's talk about Jio, and this time Jio has gone all out with the IPL broadcast. They have camera angles, they have free viewership. So do you think this is going to have a major impact on how people view and the ease of viewing IPL in India?
Yeah, innovation is the name of the game. It's always good to have a more number of cameras, a more number of angles, make it more exciting. You have a couple of rule changes also this year. As you know, we have the impact player, and the captains can take 2 teams to go for the toss, and then after the toss, they decide on which of the 2 teams they'll play. There'll be a review for the wides and the no balls, which is, I think, a right move, because in a tight situation, particularly where IPL and T20 is concerned, a badly called no ball or a badly called wide can make the difference between victory and defeat. So all these new things and the camera angles that you suggested and all this certainly adds the spice to the flavor as far as the IPL is concerned. And IPL always comes up with something new, something innovative, and we all look forward to it. That's the greatness of the IPL. It never fails to amaze me that after 15 years, the popularity of IPL has not dimmed one bit.
Well, it is the innovation that is keeping IPL alive and as exciting as ever before, isn't it? But let's talk about Star India and Viacom. They were the winners of the auction this year, and they've grabbed television and digital rights respectively. So what does this entail for India's viewership pattern? Could you share some insight on that as well?
Well, it's always good that these things happen. So we all look forward to that. And well, that's about all I can say.
Okay, and the IPL aggregate brand value is up 77% to 8.4 billion in 2022, and the value has gone past the 10 billion mark in the pre-season of 2023 itself. So what do you have to say about this, and how is this going to pan out this year?
Yeah, that's what as I said, it never fails to amaze me that the popularity of the IPL has not dimmed one bit even in 15 years. That's because of the franchisees, the loyalty of the fans towards the franchisees is something you have to see to believe, that kind of thing. Here in Chennai, for example, Dhoni came out for a practice session and there were thousands to cheer him just for a practice session. Forget about the match. So that's the kind of the following that the fans show, and the loyalty, the fierce loyalty, intense loyalty they have towards the franchisee teams. And I see the brand value going up and up and up as far as the IPL is concerned.
All right. And we do happen to have more matches this season, and more matches would also mean more money on viewership rights. So what should we expect in terms of money when it comes to the IPL, which is already a very value-rich brand in itself?
Well, that's what they say. IPL is all about money. Well, so what? I mean, money comes into the game. It's good. I mean, finally the game prospers. The cricketers prosper. Ask the retired cricketers or the first-class cricketers who have benefited from all the money obtained in the IPL. So it's not a bad thing. Money coming into the game. Let more money come into the game. Let the cricketers benefit, which they are benefiting. Much of the largest, in fact, has gone to the retired cricketers and the first-class cricketers. So it's a good thing. More matches, more money. Why not?
Definitely, more money is always a great thing, especially when it comes to the IPL this year. But let's talk about where you are seeing potential this year, and which uncapped player do you think has the most potential to shine this season, and where are you seeing fresh talent emerging, and how are these new auction bets going to play out for these franchises this year?
Well, you talk about the new rules, or I didn't get the question.
No, I mean, we have new talent that have entered into the IPL for the first time. And
Yes.
even among India's uncapped team, where do you see talent emerging? Where do you see potential? And who among all these players is catching your eye at the moment?
Well, obviously, the first player that comes to mind would be Hardik Pandya, because the way he led the Gujrat Titans to victory against all expectations last year, he certainly is an outstanding player at this level in T20 and so on and so forth. But then, as I said, there are several exciting players, both Indian players as well as foreign players. And the IPL certainly has played a role. You can't deny that. It has played a role in India climbing up the ladder in T20 in the world.
Okay, so that's the word coming in from Mr. Partab Ramchand. And thank you, sir, for taking the time out to speak to ET now. We are all